Somerset Dam has no shortage of these cracking mornings and gigantic bass. I had a solid game plan for day one, fished the edges early and suspended fish later on. 4 of my fish came off the edges and nothing out deep, but wait till you see some of the screenshots of how many fish there are. I found through pre-fish the most successful crankbait I could use was this little hide up 150, throwing it into areas that generally had rock on the bottom rather than straight sand, and a straight retrieve. Yep, come here, go. Little one. Yeah. Another picture. Oh, I don't put it as legal. Still, proof of theory. I think it's legal. Just about 10 winds out. Little chartreuse crankbait. It's going to be a bit overcast today. It's good. That's good for edge fishing. Yep. On. I'll get him. It's all right. You keep throwing. There might be a whole lot in there. I don't think it's that big again. Yeah, I don't think it's legal, this one. That little thing though, he's not 34. There it is. Well, rock there. Feels a bit bigger. There's a bit of sunken rock off the end here. Don't be a yellow belly. Little bass. Yep. That little felt bigger at the start. Might even be legal. Just off the end of that point again, same place as the last one. So I reckon he's just going to make it. Another one on the crank. Found that sunken rock on the perspective node. Should just go. And you might think what happens next is unusual in tournament fishing, but it's actually happened to me before and other anglers. Oh. Check it out. It's a bit of line with something on it. Oh, let me catch that line. That's someone's line and it's got a fish on it, I guarantee it. Yep. It's a bit of braid. I think it felt like it had something on it. Yeah, it's got something on it. What's the rules today? Hey. I'm keeping that. And I've got a jackal. So I caught that on a jackal on another lure. What happened there? Who lost a fish on a jackal? I've actually done that before. It's like it had something hanging off it and I snagged it. So what? And that's how you catch them. That's how you do it. So, what the bass are eating at the moment are probably these jackals.
The one that I had tied on. That's a pop.
Look at that, eh? And how much line is off that thing? It's tangled up in it. Yeah. Just want to get it off this. Let's get it off this lure. Yeah, I was winding and I can feel it pumping, but it feels spongy. That's about the third time I've done that, actually. I caught a brim in the Tweed once, and my hook, the eye of my hook went through the eye of a jig head that was in its mouth.
Yeah.
Firstly, what were they doing getting smoked by a bass that little? That's what Langford and Coney did at AFC. They caught a meter cod that had all this line hanging off it. They caught the line, and the cod was on the end. Wonder how long he's been. I reckon he's probably been only a day or two. I wouldn't be surprised that it was yesterday. Someone lost it. Oh, fish. On that jackal. No, I'm joking. I think it's a tree or something. Feels like it's going around trees. Yep. No, he's not that big. I think just legal, I think, but that's number 4. He's legal. I think he is. This one was caught the traditional way without catching someone else's line.
And even though there are no fish captures in this section, I think you're going to enjoy some of the way the bass behave using the Humminbird forward view on this sounder recording here. We've got some fish suspending mid-water, seeing how they follow the lures, but also later on we've got fish hanging around bait fish schools. I've learnt so much with the live sonar and how bass behave. Look at this Congo line of fish behind the lure. Reinforces the way we used to catch them, but also gives us new opportunities. Enjoy this segment.
And the whole school follows to your boat, then they sit under it, and then you got to give up on them. Oh.
Now you can see I dropped the lure here about 60 to 70 feet out, targeting those fish suspending at that 15 to 20 foot level. Generally, the shallower the fish are, the more likely they are to feed. And the further they are away from the transducer, the more likely they are to look bigger. So they look big at 90 and 100 feet and get smaller as they get closer to the boat.
Let's go back to it. Snipey. Shallow, always coming up. Might try a stick minnow. Oh, that's stupid out there now. That's a stupid amount of fish. I caught one of these yesterday. They're 40s. Yeah.
And there you go. We spent hours sitting on these schools of fish that wouldn't really react to the jerk or any of the sniping baits. Did catch a few of them on deep rolled plastics, but they were generally smaller fish and came in one fish short of my limit. I'm going to let this run for a little bit more because it is an insane amount of bass suspending out in open water.
I think they're reacting better to the paddle tails than the jerk baits. Yeah. We're in a little bit of rain.
Anyway, you get my drift. Plenty of fish. Couldn't catch them.